All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short, and he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go, back. Waiting. 54, right, 54. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And going, that's caught at the 25. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, it's Bell, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. With that run, double-check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Makes the score, Chiefs 7, Patriots 0. Harrison Butker, the kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard
line. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
I'm coming.
Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Brady's throw there complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, goal 66. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Number 53. Mike 53. I got him. Mike 53. 53.
Now Brady again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You sound the coaches tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Check. Mike 53. 53. Mike. Regular.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. His throw caught at about the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. From 4 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You remember me. Let's go, baby.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz, and going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. Third down here.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now Wentz on third down. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
72.
3 bucks.
Alpha.
To throw, it's Brady. He's going to rifle one deep left side. They got his man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Sugar. Hey, Delta. Easy. Hey.
From the gun, it's Brady. Completes it to Dixon. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check back.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 27, Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
53's the mic. 53's the mic.
Hey, watch the left. Check it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
53, Mike. Run. Check. 53's Mike.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
It's our time.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Here we go. Alert!
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming up to you.
Hey, goal 66.
On third down, Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But
the Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
After the sack on first down, Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Wentz to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Patriots 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On second down, Michelle. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Watch the flag. 44.
Hey, check it.
44, Mike, rip.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
Hey, Zoo. Sugar.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Where's 52? Watch the line. 52's the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. 50.
Brady gives to Michelle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Drop deep.
The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Hey, Alabama.
Brady now on first down. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard. Looks like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Throwing again on second down. Brady, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On second and 11 now. Brady. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gostkowski with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third.
That's the way.
Hey, Charlie.
Working from the gun. Wentz gets this one to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run on first down. Bell pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Wentz. That's caught inside the 20. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. A big play there for KC. 44 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Bell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Check it. 72.
On first down, Brady. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Hey, 66.
From midfield, here's Brady. He's got Green. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Brady to throw. Finding Green complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Shadow.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Come off the ball.
Go Bandit.
To throw on 3rd down, Brady. And that's complete. It's Green here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
He's not going to get me. Let me go.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. Brady now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. In for the score. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. He sets to fire deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway. Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Brady. Dixon, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And an alley to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where that came from.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it up. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
To throw is Brady. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Wentz. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep down. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on it for intercepting it. But the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Pats, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
dance when them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. Wanna run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird. Sir, I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over, he in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss is. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with it, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model.
It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it, blinding my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan, he'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop.
2nd and 10 at the Falcons' 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Fairbairn able to put this one through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Watson. He's going to look deep. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Watson. Underneath for Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Watson on 1st down. Screenplay, Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Ryan to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 44, Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
On first down, Ryan. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Fielded at about the 28.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch twist. 24. 24.
Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3 at the Texans' 35-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Watson, he's going to loft one, deep left side. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Stocker's got it. Complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37.
They run high. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I'm here all day.
From the 41, Watson toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. He'll field this at the 5. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 27, Ryan. Jones has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, they picked up a first down for him, too.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hey, 59, ready. Hey, check.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
To throw is Ryan. It's caught. Nelson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
59, ready. 125. I got one. 51, jump.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
22. Rush in. Pilot, 64, weak.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Back
now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Hyde. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
47, 88.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down, 4 down.
From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a first down throw, Watson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Freeman again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Ryan. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB.
Shift. 61, matchbox lights.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey, it's Chris.
They'll keep it on the ground. Freeman. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 22.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Wait.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And this one is right down the middle. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Watson. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
He was brought down by Jonathan Joseph. 8 yards on the pickup.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A huge play there in overtime. 47 yards on the ground.
First down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
51, go!
Now a first throw here in overtime. Caught by Jones. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 8-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, box top.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Ready, go 80. 25. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 21. Watch the screen.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Atlanta, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Tell me what she want, what she needs.